right, ladies and gentlemen, we are live. I'm Dr. Kevin. We have Dr. George, Dr. Sasha, Dr. Beth, Dr. Vesna all in today. Oh, somebody else has popped on. Make sure to let them in. Dr. Adrian is here. So I'm going to bring him on. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are live. And hopefully, if it sounds good, the volume's good, let us know. Give us a thumbs up. Dr. Adrian, hello. Perfect timing. And hello. Thanks for tuning in. So, beautiful. You know, we're getting there. More and more people are connecting. It's so much fun. So, we're talking about the biofield. I asked Dr. George when we first got here, talking about the biofield. And if you've heard about the biofield, give us say yes on the chat. If you've heard that, type in. Let me know also that you're here, that the volume's sounding good. And it looks good on my end. So it's coming through good for the doctors, and hopefully it's coming through for everybody else. So the biofield. You know, in the world that we come from, how we're taught, we first were taught, we call this the occipital drop, and this is a technique to find the answer from the client. All right, so let me give everybody some context where we're coming from here. We're coming in. How do we actually work with you from a distance? Because this was what Synergy Solutions is. How can I help you? How can the doctors here help you, where we're sitting in our homes, in our offices? And then you're in your office, your home, wherever you may be. Maybe you're even in your car. Whatever that's going on, how could that actually work? Is there actual science for that? And there is. Okay, so more about that science in just a moment. I talked to the doctors. I said, I want to talk about the biofield today. And Dr. George said something. What were you reading again, Dr. George? Say that one more time for me. I'm going to make sure I turn up the audio. Yeah, there it is. What were you reading again, Dr. George?
The book is called The Field, and it's written by Lynn McTaggart. Lynn McTaggart.
Yes.
It's written a while ago. Really kind of breaks down a lot of what we're talking about, the science behind how the field communicates, how we can interact with it. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's important. So here we are. We've heard this concept, well, we are all one. Yet we're individual people. We're walking around. We have our own lives. We have our own accidents, things like that. We have our own desires and goals. But how? What does the book say? You mentioned these three. I asked you to give me 3 words, and then I want to ask the other doctors to comment on these words.
Yeah, I just wrote them down.
Yeah,
they're not in the book, but it's what I kind of derived.
Yeah, the concepts that you're pulling from it, right?
The field is pervasive, it's communicative, and it's malleable. Malleable because of our intentions. So we co-create in the field.
So we as people, we are a part of the field, we're in the field, and we affect the field.
Right.
Okay. And so in the book, you mentioned those words. Doctors, who wants to go first? Give your hand. Let me see your hands up, Doc. Who wants to go first? I'm going to pick on somebody.
Oh yeah.
You know, some of the things. Oh, Sasha. All right, Sasha.
I'll volunteer.
All right, I volunteer. I love it. So, tell us what you heard, what you want to relate about what Dr. George and I have just been saying.
Well, my pet word for the field would be, as a quality, would be universal.
Universal.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't have 3. I've just got 1. 3 in 1. Universal.
So with our intention and with what we're doing with this field can impact you wherever you are.
Yeah.
Using this universal subtle force, this universal feel, universal energy, universal.
Yeah.
There's yet in a common way. So here's what, before we go down that road, Adrian, go ahead and comment. I see I'm feeling the call on you is next.
Okay. For me, everything that you see or don't see is the field, just different densities. So our body, physical body, is flesh and bone, so solid and water, solid and liquid. Sorry, and the field would be like the gas.
That's a great explanation. There's a definition I pulled up what is the field? And I typed in the biofield first, but let me read this, and then I want to show everybody, because it's been one of my favorite books that I've been reading recently. And the biofield here's the definition, is composed of both measurable electromagnetic energy and hypothetical subtle energy, also known as chi. Well, there's this doctor, Dr. William Tiller, and he's the apparently there's a new kind of physics out there. It's called Tillerian physics, and this book is another doctor's definition and stories and experiences around learning the concepts and working with Dr. Tiller. And I believe he calls it not magneto or magneto-electric, just this other form that has yet to be defined. Yet he has now a system of testing, and of course other labs are testing and finding the similar findings. So now it's provable science for not just one individual, but multiple people now. And Lynn, the book, The Field, is talked about in this book as she based her information and began her testing on his work. And,
Right.
And when you look in the history of this gentleman's work, it's connected to all the technology that we have today in our cell phones and everything. And so there's this, there's the news out there. I wish I had the article to pull up and show everybody. It's like, well, we built this quantum computer. We don't know how it works, but we built it and it works. And so there's the challenge of this whole realm of quantum, whatever this is. There's rules and laws and ways and it operates, and we have knowledge of it, but we don't have that provable, testable, westernized, double-blind, clinical control study provability knowledge. Yet we have experiential knowledge as humans. This is what I think healers and cultures throughout history have done. And I don't want to say Dr. Ted Korn stumbled on it, but he amalgamated ideas that gave us a way to have a system of measuring. And maybe he knew about this work, maybe he didn't know about that work. However, that has to go with, I'll just comment on Rupert Sheldrake, Dr. Rupert Sheldrake. Anybody heard of him?
Yes.
Yeah, I've heard of him.
Yeah, he blows my mind every time I listen to him. And
Not recently, but I've heard of him.
yeah, exactly. And he talks about the morphogenic field, which is this place where all information is. All information was and will be. That sounds like some other things that we talk about
Exactly.
and Dr. George talked about it in the beginning, and here, it comes all over the place. And there's the torus, the toroidal field of the heart.
That's his version of the field, I think.
Yeah. That's what is that? HeartMath? The HeartMath Institute?
I don't know. I got it at a KST seminar, and I'm not sure what the context was.
I'm pretty sure that's the image they use. And so that's about bringing the brain waves and heart waves into balance. So I'll say that's my intention today. I'm setting that intention to help the individual heart wave and brain wave be in balance for themselves so that it can be coherent with their environment in a better way. I'm going to shift this gear.
That was my mission last week, because the head and the heart were in different places. I pulled them back together.
All right, who's buzzing? All right. So let's shift gears. We've discussed a little bit about the field, about how we're all interconnected. This is a beautiful conversation. And now we want to shift gears into setting the intention for the healing work. So synchronizing, the term used in HeartMath is coherence for the heart and the brain. When they're synchronized together, they're harmony, they're coherent. And through this power of synergy, people, the doctors here, the people attending, the people watching at any time and space and place, that is being contributed right now to this effort, to this intention. And when there's more people, there's more power. Think about lighting candles, one candle versus lighting 100 candles. How much light is being emitted? Quite a bit. So that being said, who would like, and if Vesna, I know you can't chat right now, but if you can type in the chat versus verbally commenting your intention, maybe 1, 2, or 3 words. But Sasha, I'll ask you to start. Some intentions for today.
Intentions today, whatever the universe asks me to do.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
No assumptions. No assumptions at all.
And that is essentially, well, what is the assumption? Okay, what is the assumption here? What's the purpose of healing work? It's to bring the body into balance, into homeostasis, into a greater level of resilience, a greater level of adaptability. Is that true, or would you say otherwise?
Yeah, that's a good description.
Okay,
It's very difficult to describe the indescribable.
understood. Though it's so if I could say, we're helping the individual evolve, progress.
Yep.
Okay, I like to talk around it.
Good.
Yeah. Okay, thank you for that. And Adrian, your intention for today?
My intention for today is to align the spirit with the matter, and the spirit with the ego. Then they can collaborate, not be enemies.
All right, align the self within, if I could say it that way. Spirit and the non-physical and physical. Okay, beautiful. And Beth, thank you for attending first, and thank you
Yeah, no
and
problem.
your thoughts for today.
Just healing for myself and the world, or as much of the world that we can reach, our environment and kind of that trickle down effect, and being connected in that way. So
Very good. Dr. George.
Boy, I've had a few iterations of this. I'm going back to the Stevenson Sect book, to allow the innate intelligence of the body to maintain the body in a state of active organization. So growth, repair, healing, evolution. Essentially what chiropractic is every time. The other one was to be present in peace.
Let that soak in for a minute. And Vesna commented in his perfect timing. Connecting with the attitude of gratefulness. So thank you, Dr. George. I am very grateful for your thoughts and statements there.
Thanks.
And I invite everyone to welcome the shift. So with that said, let's shift to the next gear of actually doing the work that is. And so what do I mean by that? The doctors here are using what's called a surrogate. A surrogate is where we have the collective nature of all the energies of all the individuals that have tuned in and joined in or are moving forward in these intentions and have internally agreed to accept these intentions. And if that's the case, then welcome them aboard and allow them to do the work within and make the shift. I apologize. There's some noises going around. So let's go ahead and start that off. Here we go. Okay, if you're still working, let's keep on working. If you're done, give me the thumbs up.
Mm.
Okay. Want to take a nice deep breath in and out.
Mm.
Now, depending on your level of awareness, depending on your level of sensitivity, you will notice a shift within. You may not notice a shift within. Right? It sounds so so broad. Okay, but the point is, we all have a different ability, and there is a noticeable shift that will occur that will take place in one's life. It's the ability to observe the nature of the subtle layers, and then your natural ability or your natural inability to sense these things. Yet I'm in the camp, so to speak, that believes that we are, as human species, evolving to have these sensibilities in more and more ways, as the taboo of some of the, we'll just say, psychic phenomena is getting dropped, and to be understood as part of the normal human range of senses. With that being said, let's do the debrief. This is where we go over the findings that each of the doctors noticed, and any insights they have for us. And anyone who's Vesna, if you want to add anything, go ahead and type it in the chat. I'll see it pop up, and I'll relay that information. And then, so with that being said, Sasha, let's start with you. What did you notice today? What did any other insights you'd like to share?
Insights. I offered a Reiki symbol to anyone who was receptive. And talking about, you were talking about science and stuff earlier, Kevin. Science is, there's nothing wrong with science. I'm fine with it. But it's, what is now becoming of equal importance is the subjective aspect of life, not just the objective aspect.
Yes.
And we're all like little radio sets. We've all got our own individual wavelengths. Yeah. But,
Yeah.
you know, there's a bigger one as well.
Seems to be the nature of our reality. There's always a bigger one.
Yeah.
And perhaps always a smaller one too.
Possibly.
Wonderful. Okay. Any other thoughts, Sasha, before I move forward?
That's about all I've got.
Very good. Very good. Okay, Adrian, tell us what you noticed, what you found.
Yeah, today I was a little bit less grounded than usual. So I had flowers just in front of me, and the scent was really like making my heart pounding very fast. So that's why I moved. And so I needed to, so the first thing was to calm myself and ground myself. And then I passed to using a technique that's called total body modification, which is based on kinesiology. So it's like using the body as a touch screen. And what I did was to actually balance the glycemic metabolism, sugar metabolism in the body, water metabolism, and yeah, that was it actually.
Wow, beautiful. Wow, very nice. Thank you for sharing that. Okay, it's so important. You said water metabolism?
Yes.
Wow. So it's even the ability. So it's not just drinking the water; it's the ability, the system within, to process it and then deliver it where it needs to be delivered.
Yes.
That may have been for me. Thank you.
And it's also using the water in not only that we drink, but the water inside us to use the liquids and the fluids.
Beautiful. Wow. Thank you. And Beth, please share.
Yeah, I got some interesting. I got the pyloric sphincter, which was interesting because I don't often get that.
Hey.
and adjusted for that. And then I also got the emotion of remorse.
Mm.
That's what I got. And then I just felt at peace, and it was just,
Very nice. Thank you.
Hmm.
Thank you. And Dr. George, your thoughts today?
Oh boy. So I also included up to 90,000 people in there as well, which I did last week. So a few unusual, weird things showed up today. One, the first one was alternate universe, whatever that means. A total of 9 hollow organs. One which was unusual because it was the capsule of Gleason that surrounds the liver. That doesn't show up too often. And then on the bottom of the right foot, basically an energy orb that needed to go. It's one of those unusual things, shows up every now and then. So, and the other thing too is I did this last week as well. I saw like below the surrogate, like kind of like a darkness as something that needs to be removed so the person could separate from the underworld, from the darkness, and thereby be able to connect more with the light. So it was sort of an off-body adjustment so that the light could come in. Once we blocked on the bottom, maybe the influence is coming from there, metaphorically from below. So some weird stuff. I can barely describe it. It's so weird.
Okay, and I want to give everybody at home who's watching this a little backup for Dr. George there, because for a first timer who is into the bone and muscles, that's about as far as it goes. I want to share this article, and I'm not, if I can get it to the doctors real quick, I will. But it's from the New York Post, and oh boy, it expanded on me. So hang on one second. Let's see if we can get the pop up down. There it goes. And the article headline is: NASA scientists detect evidence of parallel universe where time runs backwards. This was May 19th, 2020. How about them apples?
Excellent.
So if NASA, however you want to think about NASA, nonetheless, it doesn't matter. The point is that there's something being studied, or at least there's something being talked about. And if it's being talked about, it's being studied, that means that it exists in some reality. If there's this thing in reality called the morphogenetic field that Dr. Rupert Sheldrake talks about. And that means what we're doing is we're balancing any part of ourselves that is in this other timeline, other universe, other whatever this may be that we are all living and experiencing right now. It kind of makes it fun. Hopefully you get there. So that being said, I had a experience where, Vesna, hello.
It looks beautiful.
Oh my goodness. I live a dream out there.
Oh.
Whoa,
Okay.
okay. Look, lovely.
It's hard.
Hope it makes sense.
So Vesna, tell us, now that you're tuned in, what did you notice?
Well, it was actually quite different experience since I was outdoor today, but still able to connect to you all. What came up for me was suboccipitals C1, C7, and squamous suture.
Okay. And any other thoughts or insights with that?
Well, actually, yes. It seems to me that I tend to be attracted to the upper, to the cervical spine and cranials quite a lot.
Well, it's very interesting that you say that you just did the suture and the suboccipitals. I was immediately drawn to a facial bone structure on the suborbit, the right side below the eye, the facial bones. There was a group of 3 areas that I found myself working on, and a lot of the off the body energy around the head. That was my finding. So a lot of correlating things today. A wonderful experience. Thank you for sharing, Vesna. And I had one final image as I was wrapping my component up. It was the image of an ice pick. Now I don't know what I mean. The only thing, and so it's a metaphorical. It's a symbol for something. And I'm thinking to myself, well, what is an ice pick? It's, you know, you chop the ice, right? It shatters ice, so, you know, of a frozen nature. So and you take that for what you want, apply that inspiration anywhere you will, find the meaning in the metaphor if you can for yourself. Perhaps there's something there for you, perhaps not. But I took it as, for myself, the ice cold part of myself getting broken up. A little more loving, a little more caring, a little more open, a little more vulnerable, and still being good with me. I think maybe that's what the message in part of the world is. We have to chisel the hardened heart a bit and shift our reality into a different kind of loving nature, a different way of seeing the world. That's my 2 cents on that. Anybody else want to finalize a comment? Let's see. Any final thoughts? Checking the chats. Anybody out there have a question, a thought before we wrap up for today? Sasha, thank you for the ice pick emoji.
Well, the ice pick, I was thinking we heal, and, you know, maybe it's picking away the layers also. Just an idea.
Beautiful.
I didn't get that, but I mean, I was just thinking of that as well. So, but I can relate to you, and my heart could be softer and kinder, and yeah. So I totally get that.
Well, we all have hurts, we all have injuries, and a lot of that's around the matters of the heart, and perhaps the most sensitive of things in life. Dr. George.
Hardening of the attitudes. Maybe you're breaking up hardening of the attitudes.
Vesna, that's, you know, I got to see a little bit of vacation action there where it's all good. Still family show. All right, ladies and gentlemen, well, this has been a great session of Synergy Solutions. Comment below what your breakthrough, what your revelation, what your insight. Comment about the ice pick. I want to hear more about what people think, because when there's more commentary, we get to expand our understanding. Number one. Number two, I'm going to check in on, I got a comment about the sign-up page needs some attention. I'm going to check on that after this and get my team on that. And otherwise, we are in good to go mode. We are ready for next Wednesday. Next Wednesday, July 15th, will be the last free open access session of Synergy Solutions. We are moving into private access only, so I'm going to make sure that is website taken care of. And if there's a question or you've tried to get there, send me a message on one of the links, or excuse me, one of the videos, or reach out to me directly in Facebook and email, whatever it may be, and we'll get that attended to. All right, anybody else final thoughts, or are we good for today? All right, beautiful.
Okay.
Well, until next Wednesday, this is Dr. Kevin checking out with all the other docs here. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being you. And thank you for contributing to the positive vibe moving forward on this planet. Blessings and best regards.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey, Doc.